do anything else, we always need to warm up, whether we're rehearsing, performing, doing something exciting with our voices. We need to make sure that they're warmed up and ready to go. You will find with a good warm up, you'll have the stamina and ability to go a bit further with your singing. So it's definitely worth spending a little bit of time just preparing your voice before you sing. Now, the 3 areas that we warm up are firstly physical. So if you haven't already been for a jog around the block, don't worry, we'll do a little bit of getting the blood to circulate. Secondly, breathing. Thirdly, vocal. Okay, so take one arm, shake it 8 times above your head. Take your other arm, shake it 8 times above your head. One leg, shake it 8 times above your head if it can reach. 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Brilliant. Chin on your shoulder, good stretch. Back to centre, chin on your shoulder, good stretch. Back to centre, chin on your chest. Chin up to the ceiling. Back to centre, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Good squeeze. Drop them down, roll them backwards. Roll them forwards. Now, I did do a workout this week and I'm feeling it, so that's a good sign, I think. Brilliant. That's as much physical as we'll do. You're going to lean to one side, breathe out all the air that's in your lungs. Take a deep breath in, filling half your lungs with air. Back to centre, lean to the other side, breathe out all the air that's in your lungs. Take a deep breath in, filling the other half with air. Back to centre, lean forwards, let your arms hang in front of you again like a rag doll. Breathe out all the air that's in your lungs. Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs across your back. Back to centre slowly. Breathe out gently. So opening up our lungs, ready to sing. Breathe in slowly, bring your arms above your head. Pirouette. Breathe out gently. Brilliant. So you've got a nice open rib cage. Imagine you've got a balloon in your hand. Now we're going to use our diaphragm muscle to control the air as we're breathing out. Okay. Put your hands on your bottom of your rib cage to start with. Take a deep breath in. You should see your fingers pull apart slightly there and feel that rib cage is nice and wide. Now try and keep that nice wide rib cage and keep that diaphragm muscle, that sheet of muscle under your rib cage, nice and high. Feel the balloon right to the bottom. Let the air out to a keep that one going, keep it going, keep it going. Listen to the sound you're making, make sure it's nice and consistent. Keep pushing, keep pushing. You should feel the muscles there getting very, very tight and relaxed. Okay, so as those muscles get tighter, you're losing the air out of your lungs, but actually often you find there is a little bit more air still in your lungs than you think. So keep that one going. That's a good one to practice in the shower. Brilliant. Okay, moving on to the voice, hence the keyboard. Right, so we're going to support those low notes with the shape that we call the sob. So if you remember your sumo wrestler pose, standing really well, you're almost like caveman-y. It's called the sob because if you imagine you're 4 years old, you've lost your favourite teddy bear, and you're really having a good cry about it, that attention-seeking, big open throat cry, okay, that you do when you're 4, and you can still get away with it just at that age. Okay, so use that shape, and we're going to use a sumo wrestler pose. So we're going to sing our arpeggio. Go, 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 go. Take it up a semitone. Go, 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 go. Take it up a semitone. Go, 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 go. Take it up a semitone. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Brilliant. Now the middle part of your voice, we're going to use what we call our twang shape. So imagine you've got 2 elastic bands. You're going to pull those elastic bands nice and wide and use that meow. Say meow. Okay, that kind of shape in your throat. Nee. Nee, 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 nee. And again. Nee, 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 nee. Big cheesy grin. Nee, 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 nee. And again. Nee, 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 nee. direction. Okay, so grab your Frankenstein bolts or bunny rabbit ears, and we're going to literally tilt that sound forwards as we go up for the high notes. I'm going to take it down the semitone again, and we're going to do a na sound, 2, 3, na 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 na. Well done, last one. Na 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 na. Right, so we're still looking at performance technique, telling the story of a song, and actually just approach to performance. Okay, so a few key factors with this one. We need to plan the song, plan how we're going to support and control the song, and plan how we're going to sing it. Now, one of those key factors is planning where to take your breaths. Now, there are certain rules with breathing when you're singing. If you're reading a piece of literature or English language, you would breathe where the full stops and the commas appear. Okay, it's exactly the same rule in singing. You wouldn't breathe in the middle of a word, because it might actually not only change the meaning but also affect the way that the overall word sound or lyric sounds as you perform it. Okay, so we're going to look at a song, and we're going to look at perhaps where we can breathe during that song, and plan so that we know exactly when those breaths are going to come in. We're also going to think about, while we're doing that, in the back of your mind, I want you to be thinking about the facial expressions that you need to use to present that song and to present the storytelling elements of that song. And also, I want you to be thinking about which words are really key and important to emphasize. Now, generally, you'll see a set of lyrics. There might not be any punctuation marks on it. So this is your moment to actually get your pencil out, or laptop, or whatever it is that you're using, to mark out exactly where you're planning to breathe. Now, I have typed out the lyrics. I don't know if these are very visible on here. Because it's not always that clear on the screen, I've actually cheekily put a balloon at each moment that we're going to breathe. Okay, so we need a fresh outpouring of your presence, Holy Spirit, come. Breathe, we need you now. Okay, so let's try that together. I'm sure we can get this. Okay, so our breath is coming in just before outpouring. Now, the reason I've done that is because the sentence continues into the next line, so we don't want a big breath in between that. So we need a fresh outpouring of your presence, Holy Spirit, come. We need you now. I'm hoping you're picking up the tune from that. Brilliant. Okay, so you'll also notice from that I have put certain words in bold. Now, these are the words I'm going to emphasize. If you imagine that you were on a really bad telephone line and you can only hear certain words, a little bit like if someone had a bag of peas and there was, hello, can I hear you? If you're only hearing certain words, we need to emphasize the words that will give the message that we need to put across. Okay, so these are the words that are really important to the meaning of the song. So here, in my opinion, I have put, we need fresh and outpouring for the first line. So often there'll be 2, sometimes 3 words that you emphasize just to get that message across. So what we're going to do is actually put a little bit of weight on those words that I've put in bold. So we need a fresh outpouring of your presence, Holy Spirit, come. We need you now. So we're really looking at just emphasizing those important words and making sure that the message and the mood of the song is coming across really well. So in terms of facial expression, there's one key thing with all your singing that I recommend you do, and that's try and have nice, bright, open eyes and high cheekbones. Okay, singing with a smile always helps. It's not always suitable for the song, so depending on the song that you're performing, you don't necessarily want to be singing with a big grin on your face all the time, because it's not always appropriate. However, if I just show you, I'll use this just to hide my face. So if I sing something with the same passage, we need a fresh outpouring. I want you to think about what facial expression am I using. Now this is a bit see-through, isn't it? We need a fresh outpouring. So if you think about the facial expression that I might have been using for that, you probably could see it through this, I don't know. And then I'm going to try a different face and see if you can notice the difference of the sound, okay? We need a fresh outpouring. Now I'm not sure if you could figure out which one I was smiling in, which one was I holding a straight face in, but it does make quite a difference to the overall sound. So if you think about brightening your sound, nice big wide open eyes, high cheeks as you're singing through. We need a fresh, let me give you those lyrics again so you can join in. We need a fresh outpouring of your presence. Holy Spirit, come. We need you now. Right, so that's the chorus. So I think from looking at that, you should be able to get the gist of where we're going in terms of emphasizing important words. And then we've got this really great part of the song where the feel develops, and we will talk a little bit more about adding dynamic contrast and building a song, adding layers of harmonies, adding textures, adding things that make a song a lot more exciting as we go through. And this is the point where that happens in this particular song. Gradually, it starts off with one vocal and then the layers become more obvious as they go along. So we've got this bridge section. Oh Lord, come and set. Okay, so again, I've got come and set as our emphasized words and then a breath after that. So let's try that together. 2, 3. Oh Lord, come and set. Breathe. Our hearts on fire. Breath. Okay, try that together. 2, 3. Our hearts on fire. Excellent stuff. Help us proclaim together. Help us proclaim your word with power. Okay, that repeats. I think it's 4 times. I may be wrong. And then the very last time, if I can flick over, there's no oh. Now what I've done here, you might notice, at the end of power, I've not added a breath. Can you see that the first time round? Okay, so the first 4 times that we sing that power, we don't breathe because it goes straight in with that, oh Lord, come and set our hearts on fire. Help us proclaim your word with power. Oh Lord, come and set our hearts on fire. Help us proclaim your word with power. So that very last time, you can breathe after power, but up until that point, you will need that breath after the word set. Lord, come and set. So see that as a comma. Our hearts on fire. Great song, great bridge section, absolutely love it. So I hope you guys like it too. Sarah Teibo, look her up if you've not come across her before. Great lady. She's fantastic and I really love her stuff. So massive plug there. She's not asked me to do that, by the way. Anyway, so today your task is to go through a little bit like we did with the lyrics on this one. I want you to plan with your song. It could be the same one as last week, it could be a different one, completely up to you. Plan your breaths, plan where you're going to breathe, mark those breaths, plan which words you're going to emphasize, and have a little think about the meaning of the song. Think about those lyrics. What are you trying to convey? and think about your facial expressions in terms of how you're going to interpret that song and perform it and present that song. Lovely stuff. I really can't wait to hear and maybe even see some of your performances at some point further down the line. No pressure, but it would be nice. But yes, enjoy, and I will see you next time. Take care. God bless.